But let's talk about charm. Charm can't be faked. Charm is deep. You know, it's programmed in us. Charm is something that can be nurtured. Charm is something that can be honed or polished, but charm is something that is coded in our DNA. You know, charm is something that kind of evolves within us. Charm requires some sort of symbiosis. Charm requires some sort of reaction. You can't be charming if people don't find you charming.
Right, and
intelligent if people don't find you intelligent. But you require others to acknowledge charm. So
to respond to it, not to acknowledge it, because as soon as it's acknowledged, it's kind of like a soap bubble that's floating in the air. As soon as you touch it, it disappears. Charm cannot and should not be acknowledged. It should only be responded to. Think about it. A son charms his mom when he's 5 years old, right? A daughter charms her father. So how do we as adults leverage that, initiate that? Charm emanates. Charm is the direction of the arrow, is from me to you to help us connect so that I can continue the relationship, so that I can deepen the connection. Empathy is me listening, me receiving. Empathy is, you know what? I've spoken with other people that have experienced that. How are you guys dealing with that? The validation, that's the thing.
You can be empathetic without having charm.
That's exactly right.
You can't be charming without having empathy, because you could be a very charming narcissist. You just got to be able to read others.
And charm is one of the tips of the multiple spears of the narcissist, right? Because they expect everybody to understand how brilliant they are.
Charm is one of the only applications that truly requires the involvement of our prospect or target. Precision, that can be maintained whether or not the target works or not. But charm is the only thing you can really hone, test, and improve in real time. You can't practice charm. You look like a douche in a mirror going, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's only until you say how you doing and you see how somebody responds that you know if it works or not.
The involvement of both parties brings it to life.
You know, like a comic has to work a bit on stage, and they have to go through that bit over and over and over again. They have to fail. They have to feel where the laughter is. They hone it. They correct it. And many comics will tell you that until they get in that moment, there is no way to really work their material. You can't work your material in a bubble. You can't work your material in a silo.
Right.
That's the thing with charm. You can't work on charm. You know, you can't do charm homework.
You use that comic analogy, how they will try the timing of when to deliver the punchline. Whether is it a half an inhale? Is it a look away? Is it an expression? Is it a movement of their body? You know, when you start to study adept and professional comedians, and what I mean by professional is you can just 5 minutes after they're on stage, you're like, this person is a pro.
Every comic will say that you look at like a Chappelle. And Chappelle is the master of that, because he comes on that stage, he gives zero fucks. He is completely genuine with his thought process. He has no problem changing things on the spot. And they've said this about him. I don't know if you saw, he got the Mark Twain Award, but it's a great, he did the Kennedy Center, I think it was last year. Yeah, Chappelle got it last year at Kennedy Center. And the production around it, they had him doing work in a club the night before. They had a lot of people commenting on him and whatnot before the award ceremony. But every single one said from the minute he hit a stage at like 16 years old, it's like that guy just had something that he just, when he walked out there, it didn't matter. It was he was comfortable.
Yep.
He was good. And you know, that's the thing. He's charming. And it's not because of the way he looks or even his jokes. It's his way to relate to an audience, to feed off of them in real time. And it's because he's clear, He's confident.
He has empathy.
He has empathy. He has empathy. He has probably more empathy than most because he can see things from multiple perspectives. That's charm. That is charm. Emanating from the charm map is an energy and intellect, an evolved sense of self, surroundings, and influence. Charm is only acknowledged by reaction and confirmed by the response of those charmed. Charm's unique differentiator is its required symbiosis with the target. Charm is relying on the mastery of the following three applications: confidence, clarity, and empathy.